That's so different.
It's going to be real exciting. And I also think for most of you that have some level of technical experience, you're going to be like, if you haven't been doing this, you're going to be like, are you serious?
I'm excited.
Yeah. Dr. Robinson, I can hear you all right. Can y'all see the button for the chat? I have the chat out, so I'll be looking at that somewhat, and feel free to put stuff in there. And I say somewhat because if I'm focused, I may not see it, but some of y'all can definitely call out if there's a question in there I missed or anything like that. Yeah,
I got my camera off.
that's fine. I'm going to share. So thanks everybody. Thank y'all for coming. I appreciate everybody that have registered. I know a couple of you are new, so I'll go through my spiel real quick. But you are attending a session on AI agents, automations, and workflows. I am Dr. Jeff Robinson. I think everybody knows that part. For those that may not know, I've been doing these sessions since 24. I have a background of tech of 30 years. I've been a developer, I've been a programmer. I've played around with AI as a hobby, just having fun with it. I took AI seriously when ChatGPT came onto the scene around 2022, only because I really saw that this is something like the internet and that this is actually getting ready to take over, take on, and really do something. And one of the reasons I started doing these sessions is I begin to see, like with the internet and when the cell phones first came out, that people were really afraid of it. And AI is just a great opportunity to, number one, just improve your life, but it's an open market for if you want to find a career or to do things and make money. AI does a lot of the heavy lifting. And the truth of the matter is we've been using AI way before they started talking about AI, everything from Google, Siri, and Alexa. Those are AI based. Netflix is AI. But I wanted to provide a platform that will help ease some of the fears of AI and to help everyday people, entrepreneurs, and even grandma if she wants it, really learn how to adapt this tool and this technology that ain't going nowhere, that's only going to just grow. And I think we all can really agree now that ain't going nowhere. And there's a lot of posts out there. There are a lot of things out there about jobs. Here's another reason why I do it. AI itself is not going to take anybody's job, but people that know how to use AI will. And my goal is to have as many of us in this market knowing how to use AI. It's a great tool that can help you do everything from write your first book to build systems and workflows for your company. So the focus I want to talk on today is something that's been in the media. And this is going to be 3 parts. It's going to be a 3-part. This is part 1, AI agents, workflows, and automations. The first part I want to focus on today is AI automations. I have a company called J-Rob United. And you guys, this document, you're going to get it. So I'm not getting ready to read it to you like you're doing some boring presentation. But I do have a company called J-Rob United where I go around and teach. And our J-Rob United is focused on 3 elements: education, consultation, and AI implementation. My primary focus is AI, but I also do consulting for small businesses and individuals that want to implement technology, not just AI, but other types of technology in what you do. And that comes from my 30 years background in tech. So I got all the information about my company in here. You got some stuff about me, and everybody's going to get a copy of this, what I like to call a cheat sheet. You will be getting that. Yep. Just put in the chat where you're from. Before I forget, I am going to send a link. I'm going to pull it up somewhere, start taking some questions. Here's a link to this document where there's links to previous videos. Again, I've been doing this for about a year. So we have about 8 or 9 videos out from previous webinars. We covered writing your first book with AI. If you want to see what we did with that, we talked about prompting, building your website with AI. We did a whole session on that. Voice cloning. Thank you guys for letting me know where you're coming from. Mississippi, Columbus, Georgia, Nashville, Indy, Atlanta, Philly. This is great. And I'll be adding the other ones from our last couple sessions. So you can go back and replay any of the old videos, webinars that we did. And the other thing I wanted to mention, we have a Facebook community called AI Mavericks. I would love it for all y'all to join there. And what you don't know is you got a homework assignment for this class. So you're going to have to join the Mavericks and post it in there. We share all kinds of information with each other. When someone gets an article or about a new tool, we post it in there. People have created AI videos. I did a segment on AI videos. People have built videos and put it in there that I want to get out the way. And the last thing, right into it. The last thing is
The logo a horse?
a horse. My logo?
You're for the
No, that's is an AI. It's a robot. He said, it's a robot.
want to make sure I'm joining the group.
You're in the right group. Also, under software and tools, this is the last thing for this document. I have access to various tools that you guys can get at a discounted rate. One of the tools I have, I don't know if you've heard of Calendly. There's another tool called TidyCal. Calendly has a $23, $25 a month. TidyCal does the exact same thing, and you only pay $39 one time. So if you do bookings, if you schedule appointments, if you have clients and you're using Calendly, you can get this for a one-time payment of $29 and $39. Hostinger is another one where we build websites with AI. Hostinger is a lot cheaper and is a lot more secure than Wix and Squarespace. I just had a guy convert to it. He's paying $40 a month for Wix. And this is roughly about $8 a month. So Hostinger, if you want to do your website, and a few other things, Riverside, Zapier, we're going to talk about this in a minute because we're going to use this. But you guys are going to get this document. Feel free once you get it to ask questions in the AI Maverick group. Hey, what is this about? Tell me about this tool. And if you want, I can do a dive on it, do a recording on it, or how to, or anything like that. What is everybody expecting to get from this? When you saw the flyer, what did you think? You came here because I want to learn or know how to what? Let me hear from y'all. Don't talk at the same time.
Start. For me, I currently have been introduced to AI working at Vanguard. We use Copilot, but I know that this engine has the ability to do so much more. And I was reading one of the original, or I would say early books on large language models so that I could understand more about it. I just want to become very proficient in knowing which tool to be able to use to provide better outcomes at work for myself. So that's what I'm looking to do.
Okay. Who else? What are you expecting to get out of this? What do you want to learn? What are you thinking?
Just want to have a clear understanding of AI agents and automation and how to use it in whatever area.
Okay. Thank you.
Similar, I'd like to maximize the usage of AI and not limit it to one or two things in terms of documents, reports, those types of things. I like to maximize the use of AI.
Okay.
And
Come on.
and
Go ahead.
for me, I just want to become more proficient in my knowledge in this area. I feel like it's important for those of us who work in the entertainment field to stay very progressive. And I'm now running a film company. I like to learn more about how to create the workflows. I did a little research. I did my little homework before we started. So I would like to create a workflow now as the president of a film company.
Nice. Awesome. One more person.
I can finally get this book written.
So thank y'all for your feedback. So today, what we're focusing on, I am doing a 3-part series called AI Agents, Automations, and Workflows. Today is we're focusing on workflows. But have y'all heard of any of those terms? AI agents. I heard someone say agent. Have any of y'all heard of any of that? Yes, no, anyone else? So today we're going to focus. Go ahead. Go on.
No.
Okay. So today we're going to focus on automation. What comes to your mind when you say automation? Automatic. So now when you think of automating your work, what do you think automation is?
Streamline processes for any type of business workflow with time. Not having to think about it so much.
Automation is a workflow or a process that happens with little to no human intervention. You guys are doing automation. We do automation all the time. Prime example. Here's an example of an automation. If you fill out a form give it your email, then it sends you an email with a link to download something. That's an automation. So an automation is a process that automatically happens with very little human intervention. And in this case of automation, is pretty much a series of steps that are repetitive. So think of what do you do in your life, whether it's work, whatever, that's repetitive. You do over and over again. Whether it's you always got to go and sift through emails, you got to do this, you got to do that. This is where automations come in. This is where automating those processes can help you. And now automation is not a new technology. It didn't just come up with AI. It's been happening. But now that we're adding AI to it, it can help make those automations better. Does that make any sense? Talk to me. Y'all got it? Then I need to, okay.
There, Dad.
Okay. So our focus here is automation. Basically, it's simply setting up something to run automatically. Think about this when you think of automation. This is going to be important with Zapier because I want everyone at some point, if you can do it while we're on this call, we're going to go to Zapier and open up a free account. Everything I'm going to show you, you can do with a free account. Now, when we get to the next level, it may require a little more, but let's focus on where we're at today. So pause right now and think of what you do, whether it be at work, whether it be at home. Maybe you're responsible for sending the email to the family for the picnic. Or just think of something repetitive. You can pretty much automate it. When you come to automation, think of this term. If this, then that. Automation is simply if this, then that. If you fill out this form, give me your email, then I'll send you a link to download a PDF. If you go to my Eventbrite and register for my conference, I will send you a welcome letter. Then I will send you a welcome letter after payment saying thank you for registering for the conference. If this, then that. Let me say it again. If this, then that. Because it's going to be important when we go to actually to create an automation, because we're going to create one on this call. You're going to see how simple it is. If this happens, then that. So with that said, I want to go back just for 1 second. What do you think, what do you do over and over again that you like, man, I could love to automate that? Is there anybody want to offer something? Like, man, now that you put it that way, I'm thinking, man, I would love to automate this, or I would love to automate that. Anybody want to share?
Go through all
Sarah, let's go. Go ahead.
go through all of the work emails.
That's good. That's a good one. So go through all your work emails, maybe summarize what are these emails about, or maybe an email about a particular person.
The follow-ups with prospects, clients, if they want to
Yes.
see a house, if they saw a house, heck, they for closing, etc.
Yes. You can automate that process. You can automate using this tool I'm going to show you. Somebody else.
To send principals in Indianapolis Public Schools, the non-public principals, a reminder to spend their grant allocation. But my problem is, will the AI programs that you've given us, will it be compatible to the system that we have at work? Or we're piloting AI, they're really slow. Like
Microsoft or Google, do you know which one you guys are using?
they're using the Copilot right now.
Okay.
They're piloting Copilot with just a few people to see
Oh.
how responsible the district will be with ChatGPT. I need this program so it can lift the heavy loads that I have with principals and stuff. So I need this Zapier.
So yes, to answer your question, yes, it can. And even if it's not Zapier, and if what I'm about to say confuses y'all, please speak up. Zapier is the equivalent of, I chose Zapier because it's easier to get started with, but there are similar competitors out there. Microsoft has its own version of Zapier. and it's called Power Automate, but it's not as easy to start with. So the question may be if you can connect it somehow to your systems at work. Probably can, but we have to look into that depending on, there may still be a manual process you have to do, and then you can put it into Zapier because your company may have certain apps blocked. But yes, it can do with an automation tool.
Yeah.
That makes
it does.
sense. Zapier is just one of several tools that automate workflows and automate processes. I chose Zapier because you got ChatGPT, then you got Claude, then you got Copilot. Zapier is a whole lot easier to get started, and it has AI built in. So I'm going to show you in a minute. All you got to do is give it a prompt. Just tell it what you want. With the other ones, you have to manually configure it. You need a taste with a little more technical expertise, but all y'all can still do it. But we're going to focus on Zapier. So now y'all getting the idea of, okay, let me think about processes and things I got, whether it be at work, whether it be at home, that I can automate. I think I heard someone said who's there as a realtor, I need to be able to follow up with a client. The client maybe fill out a form online, and then it comes to your scheduling, like your Calendly or TidyCal, and then they get the link, and then they schedule an appointment with you, and then you want to be able to, after the appointment, update your notes and send something to the clients. Hey, here's the follow-up. All of that is called automation. And we can do that with this tool. Does that make sense, everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. So remember, the framework for automation is if this, then that. I need y'all to unmute your mics and repeat after me. If this, then that, because it's important that you remember that.
Then
This,
those.
this.
If this.
All right. So here's an example. And we're going to go into, I'm going to do two. So I'm going to bring up Zapier, and I have a brand new account. So I started with that one so we can see from a clean screen. So let me unshare this one. Y'all got any questions for me thus far?
Hey, Doc, can you throw that in the chat, the link to Zapier?
Yeah, I'm going to do it right now. Let me go to the page. If you're by your computer, go ahead and open a free account. You get a free account. Anybody on their computers? Hold your hand up, say me,
Yes.
or go ahead and do that so that you can follow me. Go ahead and do it.
Can you do it from your iPhone or iPad, or does it need to be a laptop?
That's a good question. I would think as long as Zapier has been out, they have a mobile. You can go to the website. You can bring it up on your tablet or your phone for right now, or you can just watch what I'm doing. Go ahead and create an account, and I'm going to share my screen so you guys can get an idea of what it looks like. Y'all see this little background here, so I'm going to log out so you can follow me. So this is Zapier. You can start with a free, do you use your Google, you can get a free account, and I am going to use the free account. I do have a paid account. We're going to go more into that on the next session, which is going to be in a couple of weeks. But right now, I'm just going to work from the free account, and I'm going to talk about the limitations of the free versus the paid and all of that. There we go. So I just created a brand new account so you can see. So this is what's you're going to see when you come into Zapier. Zapier. This is your home screen. Let me walk around. It asks you what you want to automate. So what we're going to automate, we're going to, let me see, go back to my notes. Which one did I say I want to do? I'm going to pick one, and then I'm going to show you how they have templates that you can do it. Okay, so there we go. Perfect. So what I'm going to do is, so say you've got a company, your business, whatever, and you have a form that people fill out. What I'm going to do is create an automation or create a workflow that takes the person's information from the form and is going to put it in a spreadsheet. All right. So to do that, I'm going to walk right through it. What you can also do, it got templates. They have templates here. and you can scroll through the templates where you don't have to create it. Can y'all see my screen?
Yes, but we can see it.
Okay.
Or his young eyes over here.
Oh, okay. This is about as big as I can get it. So can you see where it says add new Facebook lead, adds to Google Sheets, then
Yes.
email notifications. So these are already templates made. So if you got an automation, let's just say you want to, let's see if they got a template for, say if you got Jot form. If y'all heard of Jot form, I want to do something that y'all have heard of. It's a little form thing people fill out. How about Eventbrite? How about that? Eventbrite. People heard of
Hey,
it.
Dr. Robinson, I've created my account for those that are on that have.
You send, because I wanted to make sure it was the right icon, because there was a couple Zoom.
I just went through the website. I didn't do an app.
So sometimes you don't even have to create from scratch. So we're going to sync Eventbrite events to Google Calendar. So basically, when there's an event that shows up, it can put it automatically on your Google Calendar. Or share an Eventbrite on LinkedIn. You can take an Eventbrite event and post it on your LinkedIn page.
Yes.
So Zapier has templates. This is one of the reasons I like Zapier, because it has templates. And a lot of them you don't have to even redo from scratch. You can just see if there is a template out there. But let's say for what I want to do, they don't have a template for. So we're going to create an automation in Zapier. Now, the automation is I'm going to create a form in Google Forms and just say it's a contact form, as I'm collecting names to build my email database. Someone's going to enter their name, email, and phone number, and then it's going to populate a spreadsheet for me. Now, the limitation with the free version is you get 2 transactions. You get the trigger and an action, or if this is always the trigger. So when you hear the word trigger, is what is going to start this workflow? What must happen for this workflow to kick off? Someone fills out my form. That's the trigger. Or the if this. Take that information and put it in the spreadsheet. Now, if you get the pay version, it can be a real workflow and you can add several steps. But with the free version, you're only going to get 2 steps. And I wanted to start there because it's new to everybody. But if you know you want to be doing something like this, after you see this, go ahead and upgrade to the pay version. And I can demonstrate a workflow, but let's just do something simple right now. And Zapier connects with over 8,000 apps. So it's a good possibility, whatever you got at work, whatever you use in your business, whatever you use for your entertainment company, Zapier is the #1. That's why I go with Zapier. There are others out here, but Zapier is the most comprehensive. So let's just build this from scratch, and then I'll come back and we'll do a template. Is that cool?
All right.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is create a form in Google. Use Google. And Google is free. So I'm doing all this with free stuff. We'll create a form that's going to collect people's information, and it's going to put it in the spreadsheet automatically. So let me create my form. I got to get that form created. So I'm going to go in Google. And did y'all know that Google has a form builder? If you're paying for stuff like Jot forms, you really don't have to. I said, if you're on a budget, let it work with it. Okay, Google has the template, so I'm not going to rebuild it from scratch. So I'm going to use this contact information form. So I'm not going to just make any changes with it, but you know how to design a form. I'm assuming. If not, I can walk through some steps for you really quick. But we're just going to grab the name, email, address, and phone number and comments. And I want it to go, and once it does that, then I want it to populate a spreadsheet. Okay? Actually, let's take that back. I'm going to have it send an email. How about that? So in Google, you can, because Google's products work together, you can automatically link it to a spreadsheet. So in Google, because all their products work together, you're in the Google ecosystem. When you create a form, you can automatically link it to a spreadsheet. So I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to take the contents of the spreadsheet and send an email. That's why, because some of y'all said you want to get your emails. So we'll actually walk through something like that. So I'm going to say link to sheets, and Google's going to create the spreadsheet. named after contact information. I'm going to tell it create. Okay. So now, if you see what I'm doing, it took me to the spreadsheet where all the responses are going to go.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So now, FYI, if you can create your own forms, if you got Gmail, it's free. You can do all that and it'll put it all in the spreadsheet for you. Okay, perfect. So let's go to Zapier. And I need to go ahead and let me just put some information in there. So with Google Forms, if you click this link up here, it'll give you the link that let me say publish. This will give you the link to send people. So for the forms, I'm going to put this link in the chat. I need a couple of y'all fill out the form. I'm going to create a Zapier workflow, or they call it create a Zap. It's going to take the information you put in here. It's going to automatically put it in a spreadsheet in Google. I wanted to take the information and send an email from the spreadsheet because this workflow is automatically happening within the Google ecosystem. So we got Zapier. I'm going to now say, this is the great part about Zapier because it has AI built into it. So if this, then that. So what's the if this?
If you have a spreadsheet, you can send the email.
Yes. If you have, when a new row gets in my spreadsheet, send an email. If my spreadsheet gets a new row, then that, then send an email. The trigger is anytime a new row is added to the spreadsheet. Y'all with me? So remember the workflow. That's why I kept saying, y'all kept saying, if this, then that. If the new row is, when my spreadsheet gets a new row, in other words, when a new person fills out the form, it's going to automatically go to the spreadsheet. I'm going to say, anytime there's a new row in my spreadsheet, anytime there's a new contact in my spreadsheet, send an email. So if there's a new contact in my spreadsheet, send an email.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's one person. Y'all with me? I need to hear y'all. Okay. Now, the great thing about Zapier is you can type it like a prompt. When I get a new row in my
Spreadsheet.
Yep. Send an email through my Gmail account. This is why I like Zapier. The others don't really have it like this. Some of them are starting to get it, but you can type in a prompt. It's just called its own Copilot, but you can now just tell it in natural language what you want it to do, and it'll do it. So now it says, when I get a new row in my Google Sheets, send an email through my Gmail account. That's it. So now it's going to.
I'm sorry.
No.
I feel lost right now. I set up the Zapier account on my iPad and it says, what would you like to automate? I'm on that first screen. I'm trying to get to where you are right now.
Oh,
Sure.
Will it let you just skip past that and just get to the home screen?
The home screen. Okay. I'm just stuck where it says, what would you like to automate?
What options is it giving you? What are you seeing?
There's a whole menu of stuff in the left margin, and then it just has that. It had me while I was setting up the different things that I want to automate or whatever are from screen. And then I'm trying to advance to the next screen. Hold everything.
You see that little house right there.
It's our community. Just
What would you like to automate? Then hit Zap.
this is what we do in the Maverick community. We don't.
Okay, and let me see. You mean put Zap in the search engine there?
Just you look down, you'll see
We do.
Zap right under it, say start from scratch.
Oh, yes, Zap.
So are y'all with me still?
Yeah.
Okay.
There. Thank you.
Queenie, this is what we do here. I started a Zap. This is what they call them we call them Zaps. So I told it, when I get a new row in my Google Sheets, send an email, right? So now it tried to build it, but now it's got to connect to my accounts. So now I got to go into each one here and edit. So Google Sheets, when I get a new spreadsheet row, trigger, if this,
different from yours, Jeff.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you get back to the main page, main workspace here?
I've typed in how can you build your Zap and then the new spreadsheet row, but my screen shows trigger #1 and action #2.
It shows just this.
Yeah, but where yours says Google Sheet, mine has the word trigger.
So now you're manually doing it. Remember, I put Google Sheets in there. So if you didn't put specifically the app and you just said your spreadsheet, it's waiting for you to tell it what app. And so let me come out.
Get it out.
Okay. Yeah. So basically what he did was he just created a Zap. I'm going to create it from scratch. And I'm not even going to give it a prompt. I'm just going to go right in and trigger, and I'm going to say Google Sheets. Because are y'all with me? Remember, Google Sheets is the spreadsheet. When they fill out the form, that information is going to a spreadsheet. Okay, that's the trigger. When a new row hits that spreadsheet, Google Sheets, what's the trigger event? When a new or updated spreadsheet row. Okay? The account, I already set that up when I did it before. So then I hit continue. This is probably where Howard is. I just did Copilot. So now I'm saying, okay, it's going to say what spreadsheet you want me to do. Y'all with me? Contact information, responses. This was the spreadsheet it created. The form is what you send it to the outside world. They're going to put the information in the form. It's going to populate this spreadsheet. Thank y'all. I got 4 or 5 people in there. Okay. So this is the spreadsheet, contact information, worksheet, form responses. This is all that is, this tab. If you've been in any spreadsheet, you know it's just a tab. Because you can have several tabs in one, of course, y'all know one spreadsheet. And you can tell Zapier, don't touch that tab, get the information from tab #2. The trigger column, you can leave that alone. Basically, it's saying, this is just saying, which of these columns, if it changes, do you want me to do something? If you leave it blank, it's going to do something if any column change. So just leave it blank. Unless there is a particular, unless, for instance, you said, I only want, if the phone number changes, then do this. But for right now, we're catching all the information. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. So now we're going to leave the trigger column there. And if you see this red here, that means you've got to give it an answer. But here is not necessary. So now the trigger is good, and it's going to make you test the trigger. So now it grabbed like the last 3 records. Okay, cool. So now we're just going to grab this record. If you look at it, it was Lisa Biggs, blah, 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 blah. Hey, Dr. Jeff. Okay, so let's continue. If this, now we got to get to the action. What we want to do is send a Gmail. If there's a new row in the sheets, send an email. So now I'm going to connect my Gmail. And what do I want to do? Say that again. So you go here. It gives you all these. You can add a label to an email. You can create a draft. You can create a label. I just wanted to send an email right there. So I'm going to say send an email. Got to connect your account. Once you connect the account once, you don't have to keep doing it. Okay. So I'm going to connect this account. And now it's going to check. Okay. Continue. And it's going to test it. So now you have to sync up the fields. This is saying to, who do you want to send it to? Let's just say, now I click 2, it's going to pull up the spreadsheet because this is where we're getting our data from. This trigger before the action. So it pulls up whatever is before it, which is the spreadsheet. So it's, who do you want to email? We're going to email, because we want to say, Lisa, thank you for filling out the form. So you said who we're going to email. If you click the plus sign, you just select Lisa's email. Bam. Do you want to CC anybody? Do you want to BCC anybody? From, I'll put my email. You can also type it here too. Okay. From name, I'm just going to say Dr. Jeff Robinson. Okay. Subject, thank you for completing this form. Body type, plain. That's gonna be in the next lesson where we're gonna dig a little deeper. Right now, we're keeping it simple, okay, y'all? So the email is just gonna be plain text. And the body, now you type the email. Hey, Lisa, y'all see what I did?
Yep. To put the name.
I added her name. It's gonna go through and populate the names. When we run this Zap, it's gonna go through and grab everybody's name from that field. Hey, Lisa, comma, thank you for completing the form. Again, the email is not gonna look pretty. It's in plain text. Now, if you had a signature set up in your Gmail, because it's connected to your Gmail, you can do all that. Right now, if there's an attachment, all the kind of stuff that, like if you were sitting in front of your Gmail, okay? Does this make sense what I just did?
Yes.
Simple, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And starting an account, and is the free just for selected amount of time?
You know what? They're going to give you the premium plan for 14 days, and then they're going to bring you. So you actually can do several. I forgot. They give you the premium. They've given you like a 14-day trial on the premium plan where you can do several actions. The premium plan, we would only be able to do 2. Oh, that's a total.
Okay.
Yeah, we can talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
So again, when they fill out the form, when a new row hits the spreadsheet, I want to send a thank you email. That's the workflow. That's what we're doing here. Y'all with me? If this, then that. If a new row hits the spreadsheet, then send a thank you email. Anytime a new person fills out the form, if this, then send a thank you email. So now we've got our Zap set up. They call them Zap. So you can continue. Oh, subject. I filled out all the forms, important ones. Okay, so we hit continue. And it lets you look it over. Plain email, Lisa from, thank you for completing this form. Yes.
So what if I test a Google Sheet, but I've decided, hey, that's the wrong Google Sheet, and I need to attach another one at this point?
Okay, so then you go back to Google Sheet where it says setup. You pick the right Google Sheet, or if it's another tab. Do you see what I'm doing?
And when you click on it, where do you click on the worksheet?
So you click configure, and you see where it says spreadsheet. This is where you will select the sheet. And if it doesn't pop up, you can go refresh results. And as long as it's connected to the account, whatever spreadsheets are in there, it'll pick them up.
Okay.
You with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Did y'all see that? So if you say, man, I grabbed the wrong spreadsheet, you just go back to the action, which is Google Sheets, and go to configure. So now I went back. This is going to make me walk through it again. Continue with the selected record. Yeah. Now we're on the Gmail email. Yeah. I did all this. I matched up the fields. So now we're going to send an email in a minute. Y'all with me? Because I'm getting ready to hit continue. All right. So now then it's just going to say test it, test the step. And here's the information. I'm going to say test it. And Lisa should get an email in a second. And I'm going to go to my emails because it should show sent. It just sent Lisa an email. Lisa, can you confirm you got it? Y'all, we just did an automation. That was it. This was a simple one.
I got it.
Bam. That's it.
Question.
Yes.
So I see that it has the Instagram business icon on here.
Are you at the home?
Is that just in general?
That-
A lot of times is performing at different events and we're trying to boost up our following. And so when people follow or leave a comment, we would like to automate a response to say thanks or that to keep the engagement. Does Zaps help us with that? Or Zapier?
Yeah. So you said like sponsor on LinkedIn or just period.
It's Instagram, the social media.
Okay.
But I did see Instagram Business as one of the apps. It's got over 7,000 apps you can use. So I did click on Facebook.
So I just put a search to say automatically respond on Instagram. What do you want to automate? Can you see what I'm doing?
Yes, I see.
So you can search for it because it probably has a template. So what you want to do is automatically respond on Instagram. And here, look at this. Automatically respond to targeted comments on your Instagram posts. Engage instantly. Automatically respond to Instagram posts with personalized Facebook Messenger. So it already has templates. So say if we did this one, I'll just say if I click this one.
Yeah.
And it says, okay, try it. And it's going to build the workflow for me. And now all I have to do is very similar like what I just did. Now I got to connect my Instagram account.
Yeah.
You with me?
I'm with you.
So y'all, this really is easy.
This full.
As you get into longer workflows, it gets a little more complicated. But when I say complicated, it's not hard. And we're going to go into some more, like some of the stuff we're going to do in the next session is where we're going to have a trigger where we're going to use the one where they fill out a form, put some information. When they get a new spreadsheet, we'll send a thank you email, but I'll add a field to the form that has some comments, and then we can use ChatGPT to summarize comments. So I can connect it to ChatGPT. It'll go and do a prompt and bring the information back, and then we can email it. We can put it in a PDF. You get the almost unlimited things you can do with this.
Love this.
Y'all talk to me. Can you see your way? Is it still cloudy? I'm going to do a couple more examples.
So I tested my own here and it told me cannot publish your draft. We have opened the Zap status sidebar with more details. But I guess I've got to confirm my email or something. Looks like I'm getting a lot of emails from Zapier Security.
Oh,
And
yeah.
confirm.
Finish the setup, and then you got to hit publish to finish all the setup stuff. And then anyone else? I want it, Tara, the rest of y'all.
Oh, I'll probably, when I know that you're recording everything, would we be able to rewatch it? Because it was
Yeah.
challenging trying to see it while I was driving.
No, you will. And actually, I'm not going to do a whole bunch of unnecessary editing. I'm just going to cut the bluff out, put my little stuff on there and put it out there. So it'll be out this week, where the other ones I was trying to do all this editing and I'm not going to do it. So y'all have it this week.
Okay,
Any
cool.
other things I need to add.
Yeah.
So,
Dr.
yes.
I'm testing how the Zap works. I feel like I have to move it
Yeah, that's
and I'll play with it and test it a bit. I
Yeah.
think that's helped me a lot. I put the different areas that interest me that I feel I'm going to be able to utilize and need. And I feel like I just need to play around with it.
I got assignments for all y'all. Everybody's going to, and you can do the assignments, the Zaps, or you can do your own, but everyone's going to have to show something once a week in the community. Because I just want to make sure you're getting it, and then we can help you through it, especially when we get to the next one where I do a little more intricate workflows, where if this, then
Yeah.
that, or if it says yes or no, go this way. If it's no, go that way. Because I'm sure some of your towers and some of the rest of y'all may be a little more intricate than just one or two actions. But you got the idea. You can actually probably start going ahead. Just make sure the accounts are connected. And think, if this, then that. I'm in the same, Tara, I'm following, but I have to practice. You got to practice. Let me do another one. Matter of fact, let me show y'all what I was working on. To your point, I have a podcast that I relaunched. It's primarily audio, called the Cultivation Hub. And what I want to do is every time I upload a new episode, I want to send it to this tool that will get it queued up so I can post it to my social media accounts. Here's another free tool. Many of you guys have asked me, how can I do a tool that will automatically post on my social media account so I don't have to log into Instagram or Facebook, TikTok? Buffer is another one that's free. There's several of them out there, but I try to keep it simple and easy. Buffer has a free one, just like Zapier. Now, the limitation with Buffer, you only get 3 accounts. So I just have my Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And anytime I upload a new, Buffer is a new one, so it's buffer.com if you want to go there. For those of you that want to get in the habit of want to start And they have a mobile app. I know Buffer has a mobile app. So if you got something on your phone, you can just upload it to Buffer. You connect your 3 accounts. Now, if you get the paid version, you get more. But say just start with 3, and you can do it all from your phone. So you don't have to go to Facebook, then switch over and go to Instagram or worry if you got it connected. But anyway, anytime I upload a new podcast episode to my hosting service, there's a link called an RSS feed. And don't worry about the technicalities of it. My hosting service gives me this link. Anytime there's a new episode, it goes, oh, he uploaded a new episode. So I made a Zap that says anytime there's a new episode, send a summary over to Buffer. And it will create a post for me. And I told it to do it in draft because you don't want to send nothing out until you check it.
Yeah.
But I told it to do it in draft. So that's an example. In your case, you can probably have a series of posts in the spreadsheet, or you can have a series of posts in the document or somewhere like that. And anytime you just put some new post in there, you can say, go to the spreadsheet, take that post and along with the image and put it in Buffer, put it on draft so I can go look at it. And then all you got to do is say yes, no, boom, click it. So these are things you can automate. And if we add the ChatGPT version, once we add like a ChatGPT in the middle of it, this is on my account, so I think I can do that. You add ChatGPT in the middle of it, let me edit. Show you an example. So if I wanted to, so you can say, and this is where I'll just demonstrate. ChatGPT, I'll have to connect it to my account. What I want it to do, you can have it analyze an image. You can have it analyze the text and summarize different things like that. So if you got a bunch of notes or a video or something like that, and you want to just kind of summarize it, you can have it as a trigger. When I upload a new file here, put it in ChatGPT, let it listen to it, summarize it, and spit me out a blog post or spit me out a summary. Or when you get attachments in your email, you can say, save it to OneDrive. So it's over 7,000 apps. You can say Google Drive. When I get an email from this email account, take the attachment and put it in my Google Drive. These are just some of the ways. And in this case, this is a workflow. So I got a new podcast. It's going to take the podcast transcript, put it in ChatGPT, summarize it, or I can give it a prompt. I can save it as a file on my Google Drive. Then I can take the text and put it to Buffer and get it ready to post it to my LinkedIn account. You see how automations work?
That's some good automation.
You see how Zapier just makes this a lot easier, because I could also have just gone in and wrote a prompt and say, when this happens, if this, then that. And Zapier will go and grab and you got to tell it the apps that you want to use. It's just easier that way. When this new role hits Google Sheets, I want to do this in Gmail. Then I want to do this in that app. So Sandra, to your point, what's some of the apps you use at your job? Let's see if it's Zapier. I'm going to find out the real name. Compatible with it. Are you still there, Sandra? I may have lost you. Okay. Talk to me. Is this one thing y'all just need to see? Y'all want to see some more examples? You want me to shut up or what?
I have a question. Doctor,
Yes, go ahead.
can you hear me? Oh, the film company that I work for, outside of our films and television series and that type of thing, we just recently launched a new platform that our goal is to grow and build followers on this particular platform. And so we launched a brand new app that's available on Apple as well as Google. And so my question is, I'm the least technical person you could ever imagine. My folks they handle all of this kind of stuff, but I'm just trying to figure out if each time someone downloads or signs up for our app, say through their iPhone on Apple, could I zap that each time a person signs up, that it sends a message to my email or as we're building our database of people that it's a new app, we zap it? And I don't know if I'm even saying this.
No, you're saying it right.
Can we zap that?
Create the Zap, then
Or
we'll
that-
capture that information and send you, hey, you had John Doe join today. Or yes, we basically just did. The
And then-
thing is now, your concern is what about your app? Can it? And I'm gonna say yes if Zapier can connect to any tool if one or two things. If it's naturally built to work with Zapier, for instance, if you search in Zapier and you explore apps, okay. So they got over 8,000 apps. So you can search and look for the name of your app or the company that created it. If it does come up, that means it naturally integrates with Zapier, okay? That's the ideal situation. But hope it ain't lost. If your app can do webhooks, or there's a thing called API, Apple Paul Interface. All that is, it's code that says, okay, I can't naturally connect to Zapier, but here's all the information on me. Zapier can say, okay, just give me the information. I'll tie into it and I'll connect that way. So in other words, I don't have a front door key to your house. All I have is a back door, but I can still get in the house. So if your app can do webhooks, which pretty much all apps now have the ability to create a webhook. And with a webhook or an API, Zapier can connect to anything.
I was just going to ask. So are you saying, I just want to make sure I clearly understand you. So I'm on the homepage of Zapier and where it says, what would you like to automate? Are you saying going to that search, if I put in the name of the app, it'll tell me if they have the ability to connect?
No, you're right. It'll tell you if it is naturally built in. If it isn't, then you have to go, we can go through the back door, but you're still getting in the house. So put the app in there, or if you want to do it, see if it searches. Go ahead.
It's the letter Y, then the word believe project.
Is it the YI space believe or all?
Yeah, believe project.
Now, is that the name of the tool, or is that? I would like to know the name of probably the best way to get the company name that created it.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to text you the link
Okay.
to the app. I told you I'm not a technical person.
And I can let you know if it's compatible.
Yeah, I'm going to text this to you. Period. Second.
What I can do is, even if it does not naturally integrate, if it's not one of these 8,000, I can look on their webpage, and if they allow webhooks or API code, it can connect.
Okay. I just texted to your phone,
Okay.
but I'll drop it in the link.
Yeah. So rest of y'all, talk to me. Thank you, Tara. How's this? Is this what y'all want me to do from here? Because we're going to get to, I can do another one, or we can get to your homework assignment.
Okay, I got a question.
Uh-huh.
What you are illustrating actually on a site, this is a paid for Zapier, correct? Okay, so if you don't know.
So you're on a free account, but what they've done, I can't think of what they call it when they do that. When a lot of companies, the goal is to get you, if I give you all the features for free, you're not going to, the more they were like, you don't go back to the lower version. That's the goal. Yeah, but no, it's only it's 14 days, but you can still use it. You'll just now be in the free tier that only allows you, if you remember, 2 actions. You have a trigger and 1 action. But what you can do, I would admonish before you pay for it. Now, some of you all that's going to take off and run with it, by all means, go for it. You can stack zaps, meaning, is what I mean. So basically what you can do is, let me go to my zaps. So say I wanted, so here's the zap I got, right? Now, in the free account, it's only going to let you do these 2. Now, this is my account. I can do more with it, but I was testing that. But say if I wanted to go from buffer, then I wanted it to send me an email to say it finished. If it only gives me 2 actions, then you can just create another action that says, when it puts the draft in buffer, send an email. So then I would just go out and create another Zap. And I can name them 1 and 2. And the way the free version works, every 15 minutes, it goes out and look. So it's going to run every 15 minutes. It goes out and do this, and it goes out and do that. Where with the paid version, you can trigger it, can do it every 1 to 2 minutes.
I was curious about the fact, I'm like, man, he's able to do just about everything, but
Yes.
I was asking how much of it is on the free side.
No, but that's what I'm showing you. So
But
the
you
free-
just showed me, so
the free side only. So you have 2, then you break another Zap that basically, if they were all stacked, you would just make 3 or 4 Zaps with 2 actions in it. And that's all I was going to do. Let this action number 2 pick up from where this leaves off. Action number 3 picks up where the lotto. And so you do that. And that, because it's like $29 a month, I think. Just again, I would say y'all play with the free version, especially if you're on a budget. Play around with the free. You can get a lot done with the free. And then if you do monthly, it's $19. If you do yearly, I would say look at your budgets. Play with the free one for a minute. All right, so let's get down to it. This is got to go work, zoom in. All right. I wanted this to be kind of introductory. So I want to talk about the assignment and what I'd love for you guys to do. Number 1, join the Facebook community. Let me bring up the link. We have a lot of good stuff there, and we're all sharing. So here's the Facebook community. I'm putting the link, but it will be in this document. Go sign up for the Facebook community. Here is the assignment. For, something every week. Let me share my screen. All right. Can y'all see my screen where it says let's automate?
Yeah.
All right. Part 1. First week. You're going to chain 2 Zaps. That's why I brought it up. So you're going to log a form, you're going to new form submission, Google Forms like I did. Create a new form. You can use one of the templates. And then create a role. When a new role is created, it's going to capture name, email. And you can change this to whatever you want or follow the instructions as is. Now, I think y'all might not need to do this because if you just open an account, they give you the premium version for 14 days. So you can actually put this all in one Zap. So what it'll look like is the trigger, action 1, action 2, action 3, action 4. Am I making sense?
Yes.
Okay. I think y'all have that ability for 14 days at least in the new one. And that's for week 1. And then you got to post it in the community. Here's our community so you can see what we got going on. So you can see what we're doing. Y'all can see the community. Okay. All right. See that handsome fella there? Make sure you join that group and post it. We got some stuff where people have done some of their videos, prompts, and stuff like that. So we're interactive in our community there, but that's the first assignment. Let's go back to that. Week 2, and you guys can follow chain with AI. Now it's going to challenge you a little bit. If it gets a little too difficult, and especially I will go ahead and do it because you've got the premium version for 14 days where you can add another component. When someone sends you an email, you label the daily summary. That's the manual piece you got to do. And then again, it's giving you the action. And you can add a second Zap or add the steps into the first Zap. If it gets confusing, I'm going to be checking in. Just let me know. Can you see the value in automating?
Yes.
Talk to me. I want to hear from everybody here because I'm done.
it's a great time.
Yes. Think of what repetitive process you do a lot or what gets on your nerve and drives you crazy. You can probably about 90% you can automate it through Zapier. Questions, comments, thoughts?
Question.
Hold on. Hang on.
All right, Natalie, you can go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay. Did you sign that you would send this?
Yes.
Do you have our email? Do it send to you?
If you signed up, I have the email and it's ready. We can do one of 2 ways. I can convert it to a PDF or everybody should have, actually it'd probably be better to just open it in your Gmail
Okay.
account and save it that way. Because that way you can modify it and do what you need to do with it. Yeah, I'm just going to share this link, and all you guys just make a copy of it when you get to your Gmail and save it in one of your folders in your G Drive or something like that. Let's talk to me. How is this helpful to y'all? Can't believe we're wrapping up in less than 4 hours. Y'all know.
Away from being a Baptist preacher.
Come on, talk to me, guys. Was this helpful? Help me out here.
Extremely helpful. You made it simplistic. I wish I wasn't driving while you were doing it, but I am glad that you do follow up where you send the information so that I can do a recap myself with my crazy schedule. I can do this in 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and review it. And you've always been very helpful. So I could easily email you or text
Absolutely.
and say, Harry, this doesn't make sense to me. Definitely going to, after this staff meeting, I got to go. Staff meeting, then I'll definitely jump back on it. Excellent job. Bravo. Hats and halos off to you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. If you want to support, there is a link where you can, if you want to send a Cash App or anything like that. I want to definitely put that out there because everybody's you got to give us some way if we want to do that. It's not a mandate. I am not pressuring you to do it. This is a labor of love because I want to see us thrive in AI. So don't feel like I'm guilting you, but if you want to on what we're doing, that's all it is in this document. And any of those apps, those software tools that I talked about, post out in the Maverick group and we can talk more about it. Anybody else? Talk to me. Some of your new ones. How was this? Richard, it was your first time. Arnetta.
Well, I appreciate the invite. I wasn't sure if it was spam when I looked at that text.
What is he doing?
Is this really Jeff?
I'm
I'm very appreciative. It's something I needed that I didn't know I needed. Something I had interest in. I probably would not have jumped into it as soon as tonight otherwise. So thank you for the invite and sharing your knowledge. It is very cool.
Yeah. If for no other reason, and the rest of you have anything to say, build a automation that collects contacts, that collects information of the people that you meet. You can create that form like I did and create a QR code for that form. And then as you meet people in contacts, you can start doing different things with that. You should build that database, as Tara was talking about. Build your database of people, and then you can email them at one time with a Zap. There's just some of the things. There's Sand, Pat. I don't know if I lost Pat. How was this, Camille?
So I really did like it. I have been playing around with AI, and I know that there's so much more to it. And I learned a lot, especially with this program that you taught us, Zapier. But it's good. And I look forward to the next class.
20.
So much for inviting me. It took me a minute to get my schedule aligned with your schedule. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I still have the Saturday sessions, y'all. I did this for just people like yourself, Sandra. Many of you, especially during the summertime, Saturdays were a little challenging, and I didn't want to not have stuff for you guys. So I will still do these. The Saturdays will hit a lot of specific tools and more broader, but these are going to be more specific on different things like that. So I just want to be able to encompass, again, I want to get as many people with AI as possible.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you
You're
for
welcome.
sharing your knowledge.
I have a question. So my IT guy or media guy, if it's okay, I'd like to invite him the next because he's more advanced than I am, and stuff. If it's okay, yeah.
These are free. So pass the link on. I'm serious. My passion is to make, because it will come a point with the way things are going that there will be certain classes of people that can use this and use that. AI is wide open now. So I don't want to hear anybody talking about racism 5-6 years from now when you had the opportunity to get in. I don't want to hear now they're restricting. Everybody can get in. The field is wide open. And so this is why I feel like it is a call to say, hey, here's something here. I don't want you crying in 5 years when you can't get access to it. No, learn this thing, master it, and improve your life. So please invite as many people as you like. I'm open to that.
Thank
you. Welcome. Okay. Y'all, I do ask one thing, and I need 2 things from y'all. I need feedback on this session. Just like any session you attend, Give me feedback. You don't have to give your name. You can say he sucked. He used the N word. I didn't like that. Just be honest. And then for those of you that joined the group, joined the Mavericks, I do need your help with a testimonial. Some of you have already done it. What I am working on now, I actually have a potential contract with $1 million construction company here to go in and teach AI. So I need your testimonials to validate, hey, this guy has helped me with my business. Jeff has been good with this. I'm going off of a relationship I have with the CEO, but I want to build that social proof. So for those of you that have not done a testimonial, I really would prefer a video, but you can do a written testimonial or audio testimonial. I would appreciate that. But if everybody could at least do the feedback for today, let me know how it was, how we moved, if we moved too fast, too slow, or talked too much. I won't know your name, and that will help me improve these sessions. So if you would consider that, and those that join the group, please consider doing the testimonial to help me build my brand with what I'm trying to do, because I am really trying to move to a corporate level as well with this.
We'll be very happy to do that for you.
I'm getting ready to send the form link right now, and then I'll put the testimonial link in the Mavericks group when y'all go in there and join it. Because I asked some of them, and some of them are not here, so I want to make sure everybody gets it. But this is for the form. I'm getting ready to send you webinar feedback. Okay. If you guys could, it's like maybe 4 or 5 questions. Just, you won't have to give your name. Just give me feedback on today's webinar. I would appreciate it. Richard, I didn't hear from you, and then we'll close out.
No, Jeff, I appreciate everything that you've done.
Was
I'm
it helpful?
echoing everybody from the standpoint. I think the pace, what you shared, it opened my eyes. I know that I need to get off of just using my corporate computer and invest in a computer now so that I can have tools readily available, because at Vanguard, they lock down everything. So for me to take advantage of this, I'm definitely going to have to be on my own private system.
Yeah.
It's very helpful to understand how to do this. And then it also gave me an insight as to how I could look at using Copilot at my job versus doing just the normal summarize the meeting, putting together spreadsheets. I'm going to see if this stacking and being able to create some of these things is within Copilot at work too, because that definitely will help.
So here's a tip, y'all. Thank you. Thank you for that, Richard. Here's a tip. When you ask ChatGPT or Copilot or Gemini to help you create the Zap, say, here's the workflow. I'm using Zapier. Help me create the Zap. And it'll give you all the instructions.
Absolutely.
So this is another way you can use ChatGPT and all that. I've already started working on some stuff with ChatGPT. They've upgraded to version 5. And I don't think everyone knows how to utilize these tools to the max. So I'm going to do some recording videos where I just put it out there, and you guys will get it first, and then I'll put it on my YouTube page. But I'm going to, how to use it. Here's some ways to use ChatGPT if you're in this business. Here's some ways to do this. Here's some ways to do that. But to his point, let ChatGPT help you do anything, everything. Those of you keep want to know how to write prompts. I built an app, and I'm going to put that in the Maverick group that will help you write your prompt. So if you're trying to write a prompt to create a video, if you're trying to do an image, or if you need a prompt for anything, I want y'all to test this app for me and make sure and let me know if it works. Prompt Pilot Pro. I am going to send this to you guys and use it. So basically, you just go in, you click it, it's in ChatGPT, so it's going to bring up your ChatGPT account. You log into it. If you can see what I'm doing here, and it can just say, ask me anything. And you can say, I need a prompt for whatever. And it's going to quiz you bunch of questions, and it'll give you your prompt at the end. I need y'all to tell me, man, this thing has really helped me with the prompt. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to ask it. So I wrote this tool to do that. I'm going to put this in here for real and leave y'all be. Okay, let's just try this. If this ain't it, I'll put it in the Maverick group. But test out my new tool. Help you write your prompts for anything.
Thanks, Doc.
Thank y'all. Please complete the feedback and join the Maverick group, because that's where it's happening. That's where we're happening over there. Thank you, Detroit, Michigan. All right, Bruce.
Yes, sir.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right.